So far in our Team Fundamentals series, we've talked about getting 5-point clarity on mission and vision and values and strategy and culture. We've talked even a little bit more about strategic objectives and breaking that down into action steps and habits and how important culture really is. But in this lesson, we're going to talk more specifically about you. And this is an opportunity for you to take sort of an inventory, whether you're a coach or an athlete. It doesn't matter what part you play on the team, because we're going to talk about 5-star leadership. And this is something that everyone should be able to check off. Everyone on your team should be able to be a 5-star leader. Now, as we go through this video, I encourage you to check off each one of these stars and see how many stars you can give yourself as a leader. We're going to form questions with each one of our stars. Here's the first one. Are people following you? You know, this is the most basic definition for a leader. Whether you're a coach, whether you're an athlete, doesn't matter how old you are, doesn't matter what industry you're in or what sport you're playing. The real fundamental definition of a leader is someone who looks behind him and has people following him. Are people following you? And really another question for that is, what are they following you in? Are you leading them to good things, or are you a poor leader leading them to bad things and bad habits? So there's your first star. Are people following you? Here's the second star. Do you have clarity? You know, the greatest leaders can zoom out and have the greatest amount of clarity. Now, head coaches, you better have the greatest clarity about mission and values and vision and all those things. But really over time, the hope is that everyone has great clarity. Everyone has clarity and alignment. Everyone can articulate it, and everyone can work together toward the mission, the vision, the values, the strategy, all those things. But that takes clarity. And if you don't have clarity, you'll never be a leader. Here's the third star. Do you have conviction? You know, if you're a leader who has great clarity, but you don't really buy into the thing, then you're really not a leader. You can't lead someone if you don't believe in it. If you don't believe in your values, in your mission, in your vision, then guess what? You should get off the team, because you don't belong there. You'll never be a leader, because you can never lead people if you don't have great conviction about where you're going together as a team. Here's the fourth star. Are you authentic? You know, the greatest leaders are authentic. They're real. They admit it when they make a mistake. They admit it when they do something that falls outside of the vision and the values or the mission or the strategy. They admit it when their personal culture isn't lining up with the culture that they've all signed on for. You know, if you want to be a great leader, you have to be real. People can see through it if you're fake. If you don't buy into it and you're faking it, people will know it, and you'll never be a great leader. And here's the fifth star. Are you submitted? Are you submitted to other leaders? You know that your leadership doesn't originate with you. Even if you're the head coach, right? You've got mentors in your life. You've got people that you've submitted yourself to. Maybe you submit yourself to God. Maybe you're a person of faith. But you're a submitted leader. Great leaders are always submitted leaders. Our authority doesn't come from us. You know, the person that's on the team, whether you're a coach or an athlete, that's a maverick, that person can never be a leader. You can only gather so many people to be a dissident, to be sort of a malcontent. Be submitted. Be submitted to the people above you. Be submitted to the mission, to the vision, to the values. Submit yourself if you want to be a great leader. So I encourage you to assess yourself in each of those areas. How many stars would you give yourself? And what do you have to do to add those stars that you don't have yet? What are the things that you need to do in your own leadership, in your own personal life, in order to become a 5-star leader? Hey guys, don't forget to check out the questions below to talk about this with your mentor or your team or your coaching staff. And check out some of the other resources that we have for teams and for leadership at flextalk.org.